All right, hello and welcome everyone to week 4 of our lower body strength and conditioning sessions. Today we are going to use some specific equipment, so if you need to grab it, now will be the time to shine. We have our dumbbells here. Underneath my dumbbells, you can see this, I have my towel, which we will be using on the floor slider version. And I also have over here my stepping stool that we will be incorporating in for some step-ups specifically. Now today, we actually should have called this conditioning and strength, because today we're starting off with your conditioning work and then we are going into your strength supersets. So let's talk about this conditioning work that we're doing today, which is all about power. We're trying to really tap into our power moves, be as explosive, as powerful as possible. We have 3 movements. You are going to spend 2 minutes doing each of these 3 movements. The nice thing is that you only have to do 1 round of 2 minutes before we move on to the next one. And we're also going to take 2 whole minutes between each of these exercises, okay? So let's start off with the first one. Squat jumps is what's up. You're going to do 3 of them in a row, as fast, as explosive as you can. Sitting down, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to rest. Take a couple deep breaths. Reset is a better word than rest. We want to reset, regroup. And then we get back down, and then we go 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be you for 2 minutes. You're going to do as many rounds of those as you can. Again, it doesn't really matter how many you get. The goal here is to be powerful. So if you need, a few more breaths than 2, you need to take, about 30 seconds even between each round of those 3 jumps. That's completely okay, because again, I prefer you to be more powerful over anything else. Once you're finished that first one of 2 minutes, we're going into the next one, which is our lunge jumps. And these are going to be alternating today. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And then same thing. We're going to regroup, rest a little, reset. Before we do that again, we're doing that for 2 minutes straight. Once again, you're going to have 2 minutes, which you can again set on your timer. Just have a running clock beep every 2 minutes. That's going to gauge your rest so that you can have a nice strong set, okay? That's our second one. Third one that we're doing is our high knees. Today we're doing 8 of them in a row. So we want to line up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we rest, reset, same thing. 2 minutes of your life, followed by 2 minutes of rest. And then you can come back here and find me for the strength work, okay? So that's what's up. Pause, go get it done, and I will see you back here. All right, if you weren't warm before, you are now. Okay, so we're going to get just started on our first strength superset, which is going to start off with our single leg deadlifts. We're also going to be incorporating our slider hamstring curl. So if you need some space on the floor for that towel, for that slider, now would be the time to sort of create that for yourself. We're going to be working with this single leg deadlift, doing 15 of them on each side. So we want to hold the weight on one side only, specifically on the side that we're standing on. Soft knee, we're going to hinge our hips back and then pull our hips forward, driving this knee up between every one of our reps. Strong arm, that's not holding the weights. And again, we're doing 15 of them over here, and then we're switching and doing 15 on the other side over here. Following this one, we're down on the floor where you're going to do 8 of your slider hamstring curls. So by doing a lower rep range, hopefully we're sort of tapping into something a bit more challenging than we have done over the past few weeks and trying to keep our hips off the floor. If you're working with a dumbbell, we're holding it between our feet, laying prone on our tummy, pulling it up to 90 degrees, 8 reps. Okay, we have 3 sets of this. So that would be our first one. We're going to try to go right into the second and third with no rest in between. And that is your first part. Okay, so you know what to do, and I'll see you back here for part 2. All right, welcome back, everyone. We are back at it for part 2, which is going to use our stepping stool, our stair, something to step up onto. We're going to be working with a front-loaded step up today. So we're holding on to our weights in this front-loaded position in front of us here, making sure they're not resting on our shoulders, holding them up like this, stepping up to the top, driving our knee up to 90 degrees, and then coming down to the bottom. That's 1. We're doing all one leg for 10. So we want 10, making sure that we don't push up with that bottom leg. We're getting all the focus on the single leg. 10 on this leg, and then we will switch and do 10 on the other leg. With this one, we have a sumo deadlift. So we're going to widen up our feet to that nice wide angled out toes stance. Weights are in front of us. We want to hinge the hips back, bend the knees into our sumo deadlift, and then pull our hips through and forward. We're doing 10 reps of these ones as well. 4 sets of these two. We will take a bit of rest, 30 to 45 seconds. Once you've finished your deadlifts, rest it out a bit before we go into our next set, so we can have a nice strong set, all 4 of them, because that's how many you have to do. And then we have one more part, okay? So pause, and I'll see you back here for the last part. All right, we are getting there. Actually, we are almost there. We have one more superset to go through. This last one that we're doing starts off with a band. So we want a medium to heavy strength band. We're going to be working with a banded extension. I'm going to take this band, put it around my heels. Make sure I have some space around me. Soft knees. We're hinging back, and we're doing a 3-point extension. So we want to go up to the side, 45, straight back. Counting every one of these as 1, we're doing 15 total. So 15 on this side, and then we'll switch, and we're going to do 15 on the other side. That's going to be our first one. You can go ahead and keep the band on, because we're going to pair this with a wall sit. Yes, welcome back. In this wall sit, you'll be setting yourself a timer for 60 seconds, sitting down, holding it here for that minute count. Again, if you don't have a wall to sit against, we can always just hold a squat. That's cool. And you're doing this 3 times, which is going to take you to the finish line of your work. Of course, we have our stretch sesh at the bottom of this page, so you can scroll down and find it once you're finished. And you're done for the week. Hopefully you feel good, because that was a tough week of training, okay? But get that part done, and I will see you guys back here next week for the last week of our training block. All right, see you then.